If you are allowing multiple users to evaluate the tool on their respective machines, then you should view the floating license setup. Otherwise, this evaluation license movie guides you through setup for a single user machine that runs both the license server and the application. Without going into too much detail on the FlexLM license process, we'll just focus on the things necessary to get the system up and running on a single user Windows platform. The basic steps described here apply to all supported platforms of Timing Designer, but the specifics of the setup may differ according to specific platform. They involve 1. Configuring the license file, 2. Configuring the license manager, and 3. Starting the license manager. The first step in this process is to configure the license file that was sent with your purchase. Create a directory named Licenses in the FlexLM subdirectory of your Timing Designer installation path. Then, using a text editor, copy the text beginning with the comment begin EMA license file and ends with the comment end EMA license file from your Timing Designer license email into a separate file named license.dat and save it to the newly created licenses directory. This directory is recommended for machines that run Timing Designer and also function as a license server, thereby providing a default location for the license file and eliminating the need for environment variables for node lock setups. For floating licenses where the license server is not the same machine running the tool, each machine will need an environment variable that locates the license server. More on this a bit later. Once the file has been created, you will need to make edits to the first 2 lines of the license. The line beginning with server contains the host name, host ID, and port location of the license server. That is the machine that runs the License Manager software. Replace the text with the host name of your intended license server. This is the name of your machine as seen on your network environment, commonly referred to as the network ID in Windows environments and host name in Unix environments. It is very important that you not alter the series of numbers immediately following the hostname entry, as it is the host ID in the license file and is used as part of the encryption mechanism for the file. Any changes here will invalidate the license file. The port used to communicate with the server is the last number on the line and is by default 1700. If you are aware that your TCP/IP port 1700 is already in use, you can edit this value to an open TCP/IP port. The second line in the license file refers to the vendor's license daemon that is used by the license manager. Timing Designer provides license daemons for all supported platforms. They are located in the FlexLM subdirectory of the installation path. The license manager needs to execute the license daemon, a file by the name of EMA LMD, in order to manage the license process. So here, you'll need to replace the text in angle brackets with a complete path to locate the EMA LMD daemon file. Note that in our case there's a space in the daemon path, so the entire path and file name must be enclosed in double quotes. If you run the license manager from the default installation options, then no further edits to the license file are necessary, since the manager will look in the same directory where the LMGRD file is for the license daemon. After completing the necessary edits, save and close the license file. Once you have configured your license file, you must configure the license server to run the appropriate license manager software. Like the license daemon files, Timing Designer supplies the latest version of license management software available at the time of release for each platform supported. We highly recommend using the supplied license daemons and manager software for best results, but as long as your license manager version is as new or newer than what we supply, your license manager should operate normally. To set up the license manager for Windows environments, from the Start menu select Programs, Timing Designer, and then the LM Tools applications to open the FlexLM Tools utility. For other operating systems, locate the LM Tools application file from the appropriate operating system directory of your Timing Designer installation path. This is a GUI-driven application that allows you to completely configure your license manager. When the utility starts, you are presented with a server list of just one service name. Check the configuration using Services selection, then select the Configure Services tab. You're now presented with 4 field boxes. The first is simply to identify the specifics of the configuration you're about to create. We suggest that you name this configuration something like Timing Designer License Manager, or name it something more to your liking. Next, select the Browse button for locating the License Manager file, and navigate to the License Manager executable file, LMGRD. This will be located in the appropriate FlexLM subdirectory of your installation path. For the next field, browse to locate your newly created license file in the FlexLM Licenses subdirectory of your installation path. The next field is the log file location. This log file location is a requirement because the license manager won't start if it cannot find a log file to report error status. Simply copy the path for the license file to the location of the debug log file, changing the name of the file to license.log. Finally, select the Use Services and Start Server at PowerUp selections in that order. This will start the license manager on machine startup to ensure the licenses are available when needed. If for some reason you cannot select the Use Services box, then most likely you don't have administration privileges for your login. You must have administration privileges in order to complete this process. Select the Save Services button to save the configuration, and then select the Stop, Start, Reread tab. You can now start the license server by selecting the Start Server button. You should see a message, Server Start Successful, in the Messages window at the bottom of the pane. You are now ready to use Timing Designer. For any questions or additional information, please contact EMA's technical support at techsupport@ema-eda.com or by phone at 585-334-6001 option 5. If you need training and information about the training schedules, please send an email to esg@ema-eda.com or call 1-877-362-3321. To view our current course offerings, visit www.ema-eda.com/training. Thank you for your time.